The Performance Management Development Program, or PMDP, is an established, integrated, applied program designed to address the critical need for skills development across various sectors in South Africa, including education, health, and SMME. But how do we achieve this? The PMDP fast-tracks the development of critical skills required by management teams and support personnel to improve the effectiveness and outcomes of their institutions. At the PMDP, we follow a methodology we've termed Empower. We start by establishing the sector requirements. Then we determine measurable indicators. This helps us identify critical practices, from which we can determine training outputs and develop modules accordingly. We go on to conduct training workshops and coaching on site. At all times, we monitor and evaluate progress. And finally, we report on learnings and improvements. The PMDP program is driven by 5 basic principles, which have been in place since the inception of the PMDP in 2009. We operate on a system of co-ownership with government, service providers, the private sector, and stakeholders all playing a vital role. Furthermore, we are demand-driven. We believe in applied skill development with measurable results that is cost-effective and sustainable. We believe that to really affect skills development in South Africa, we need to get all the key stakeholders on board and ensure their full support. By having a collective force behind its interventions, the PMDP is able to create an ecosystem that works together to build mutual support and joint value for all. For this reason, no matter what the sector, be it health, education, or SMME, we would focus on a range of key role players within that sector. Impacts in these areas will in turn affect the wider community. The funding model of the PMDP is that of a partnership between the public sector and the private sector, including donor organizations. The broad parameters are 60% public and 40% private. It is typically a 1 to 3 year commitment. Each intervention that is undertaken involves the DBE as co-managers and partners who are able to shape the program to support their particular requirements at provincial or district levels. Key education stakeholders, such as educator unions, are also consulted and brought on board, and finally, the participants join in. Getting everyone's full support is crucial, so we have a collective force behind the project, one that can offer help and support wherever necessary. So what kind of a timeline are we talking about? The initial design and preparation for each project can take up to 6 months, while the period of actual implementation is optimally 1 year, followed by a further 1 year of ongoing coaching and support. So who drives this project? Operational management of each project is undertaken by highly qualified personnel from PricewaterhouseCoopers and Performance Solutions Africa and other education institutions, ensuring quality assurance. For our training and coaching, we draw on the expertise of local ex-principals, ex-officials of the Department of Education, and other local education specialists who've had significant involvement in the education sector. So have our efforts paid off? At a NSC level, PMDP participating schools have on average year-on-year outperformed the KwaZulu-Natal average assessments by 6.8%. The 2009 pilot cohort of schools have recorded a total average improvement of 25.5% since starting the program in 2009. Attendance of teachers increased by 5% or more at 86% of the schools. And in the Eastern Cape, PMDP participating schools saw an improvement of 18.5% compared to a provincial improvement of 5.4%. In a UKZN study, 95% of respondents believed the PMDP had positively impacted on curriculum implementation within the school. The PMDP has demonstrated that it combines strategic vision with operational efficacy and has successfully engaged in some of the most difficult and intractable contexts of poverty and underdevelopment with surprising results. The PMDP has thus succeeded in overcoming barriers to the training principles that many other programs could not solve, and is able to deliver its program at a scale none of the others have managed to reach.
And having listened to this course, there's no doubt that it's really going to improve your performance as a principal. If you're effective, then the school will be effective. And if you're efficient, the school will be efficient. The skills that I think you're acquiring here will enable you to manage finances of the school, together with the governing body, of course, and other stakeholders.
We are happy with this program because for our comrades that are principals, before there has never been any program to capacitate them. They are appointed some from the classroom as post-level 1, then they are expected to do miracles in terms of managing schools. There is no induction, so I wouldn't say this program is replacing, because there's been nothing in terms of induction. So this program, to me, as a member of SATU involved in the education desk, I feel that it is a good induction program. As a union, we have to grab this program and force the department to be consistent.
We felt the program was really necessary because, as you know, we are not performing very well. As a department, some of our schools are really struggling. And research has shown that if you get the management of the school running well, generally the school also performs well. So to get a program that empowers principals, we feel is a very good program.
The program provides a direction and guidance to educators with regard to the curriculum planning.
For continuity in producing best managers due to its coaching and mentoring strategy, with its capacity building on principals, which is to me is a good heritage for the provision of quality teaching and learning in schools. No school improves without being led. By this word, I'm saying if our province can make sure that this program is spread across, then we'll have in our province the best schools in regard to functionality and progress.
Principals who have not actually been in this program, the only thing that I can say is that you have to be in the program and to be able to be the leader that is actually required or needed by the department. So it has helped us a lot. We're able to move forward now with everything that we at the school really need. We know also that we didn't do well last year when the program was starting with the results, but we got that reassurance that now we'll be able, after the end of this program, really we promise that we're going to produce some good results because of the whole thing that we've actually benefited from this program, because we're able now to do things in a correct way.
Learnings are key to the ongoing success of the PMDP. Through experience, we've learned that support from the senior levels of the Department of Education is critical to addressing systemic problems. We've discovered that the vast majority of principals really do want to improve their schools. We found focusing on getting heads of departments to support teachers is a cost-effective, sustainable option to improve classroom practices. And that what happens outside the classroom strongly influences what happens inside the classroom. We know that measures such as ANAs, quality of teaching, university admission, and dropout rates require increasing focus. While it can be said that nothing exceptional is ever achieved overnight, we do believe that the PMDP is making a small but significant contribution toward the goal of improving our nation's human capital capability. With your support, we hope to contribute to the development of proud young South Africans who will take our country forward into an economically sound tomorrow.